Good morning. Check it out. Yeah, I'm doing something different. I don't have my microphone on because it's not even that windy out here. The birds are up. I'm awake. It's Canada Day, officially. But not that I'm celebrating Canada Day the normal way. This year, obviously, we all need to stop and think about some shit. But aside from that, I'm actually still going to work because they allow us to work on the day off and then give us the next day off. So I get a long weekend where most people have today off and they still have to go to work tomorrow. But that means I gotta go to work a different way because it's holiday schedule and everything is all messed up. And look, we have rabbits. Yeah, they're all around, like all these forested areas all the way up and down the whole street. It's pretty cool. So anyways, I gotta go to a different bus stop, catch different means, blah, blah, blah. It's fun. So I'm still, why not? I should put it upside down just to make a statement, but honestly, nobody's watching me. I already did my little part. I had a post on my Facebook page. Facebook, let's talk about Facebook for a second. Actually, let's talk about this Canadian Bill C-10, which allows increased censorship of a certain type over internet content. I had a post the other day. This is ridiculous. It's on my Facebook and Instagram, I think. I posted the other day something that's called Mayoreo. M-A-Y-O, like mayo. O-R-E-O, like Oreo, like the cookie. So it's a person holding. It's a good enough Photoshop job, or maybe like a reprint of a label that looks like a real product. But obviously, if you see something, it's a squeeze bottle mayo container that looks like Oreos, but it's mayo. I got a warning, a fact check warning, warning me that spreading false information might deceive other people. Like, are you kidding? Does anybody not see something like Mayoreo and immediately know it's fake? What the hell? Like, literally, we're allowing a company like Facebook to tell us what is what and what we can say and not say. They're diminishing jokes. They're destroying the quality of conversation. They're dumbing out intelligence. And for what purpose? I fail to see what the purpose is other than to manipulate markets. Because if they can do it for certain things you say, they can do it for a ton of other things as well. I posted a couple things on Facebook yesterday with hashtags deliberately to see if I can trigger their warning. So to see if I can actually spark like get it pulled down, and I want to see exactly how sensitive it is, because I didn't offer any false information. All I did was put like a word of something, and I'm not going to say it here because voice recognition is going to be able to pull this down, and I want this to stand. So it's a little bit messed up. I think there's fuckery going on. So anyways, I wanted to pop in the morning because it's like there's barely any light, it's barely any sound, so you can hear me just fine. It's a little new, which is something that I wanted to bring to the channel anyways. There's some new content. Watching the same old boring thing is just not that great. And I know that too. I watch channels, these guys, I watch a lot of YouTube now that I think about it. I watch 20-minute clips of YouTube, people building PCs or racing sports cars or destroying things in laboratories to doing silly stuff in their backyards to painting cars to building and talking about speaker systems and reviewing items, and oh my god, such a variety of products. But one thing I realized is each channel is focused on one, if not a variety of a few things. And every day, it's kind of the same thing. So for me, I guess it's the same thing as well. But I have to bring a consistent level of talking points or insights for it to be something that people can tune into to see all the time. I think that's how it works, right? Like each TV show offers a theme and a steady stream of comedy that's also telling a story. So from day to day, you kind of want to see what each character's doing, what their development is, what, you know, from one day to the next, what they're doing, what they're up to. So if I had like a, hey, stay tuned, I'm doing this, or I had like a, I'm figuring this out. And if you agree with me, you can comment and let me know. And if a few of the different elements are cool, let me know. But also feel free to like give me topics. If you can ask me questions or discuss something, if you give me something that's going on, or how about I do like a parody of unsolicited advice. I'll take like one comment in each video and I'll try to work my way through it. Like, not like I'm a professional or whatever, but maybe I could do that. I could use you guys as my writers. But yeah, I slowly figuring that out. But anyways, it's quiet. I'm gonna be wandering around the neighborhood screaming at my phone. So the volume for this one might be a little bit different, I apologize. But I'm also trying to mind my neighbors, be a decent person, not scream at a video just because I want to make YouTube content. See what happens, see if I'm not late for work. Maybe I'll pop in later with another video and then edit them together. Alright, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thanks for watching. I'll see what I can do about later today. It's a bit of a weird one, but yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back. Some of you guys might actually recognize that location. What a messed up travel morning. Holy shit. The next time work asks me if I want to take the Canada Day off and then work the next day, because this is like I'm working Thursday and then taking Friday off. 3-day weekend's amazing. But son of a bitch. Like, I get everybody's working. I get drivers of public transit and servants that are on these days also want a day off. And Canada Day is like rendered as a holiday and everything comes to a stop. But like, for real? I don't know. There are some things that happen around the city and people that need certain services where those services do not stop. They can't stop. They're essential services. You don't get holidays like this. And there's certain people types, cultures, practices, things like that that just absolutely ignore holidays 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just, you know what I mean? You guys all know what I'm talking about. There's certain places that just never shut down. They don't care about any of the holidays. It's not they don't care, but their business practices don't stop because everybody else has a day off. Actually, when most places have a day off, there's other places that get even busier. So while this is a little bit of a rant, because not only did my regular bus... Hold on. Morning, travelers, wherever you're going. It looks like a Pacific flight, something. So while I don't even know where I was going with that, but anyway, so okay, yes. So my regular bus route got slowed down or stopped. I went to check, like, how do I get to work tomorrow? And because of the holiday, all my regular buses stopped. So they're like, okay, so you need to take these other buses. Sorry, I heard some like dance music from here. I guess the security guards listen to dance music while they're watching the front door. It's one of those vaccination stations. AKA, get your RFID right now, because if you don't have it, they're not going to let you travel out of the country. Thanks a lot, you fuckers. Could have had this stuff cured with other existing compounds and vaccines and viral medication from a long time ago, but no. You guys had to pump $3 billion into some investment that just taxed people of their money. On top of that, you're using extreme emergency, blah, 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 manipulation in order to have everybody funneled into something that you want. Yeah, great, thanks. Count me out. Give or take. Fact check me. Fair enough, right? I have an opinion, I've read some stuff, and who knows if it's true. Who knows if what you know is true? It's just what I think. So anyways, my regular buses got all fucked up. So I get on a Go bus, which is like a higher paid service, luxury travel, express bus service. And the first bus was late by 10 minutes. Then it gets to another stop and it goes out of service, which puts me behind by another 10 minutes. So then I get off the bus that's like way down here, which is cool, and now I'm walking to work, which I've decided to do out of exercise and routine. So I'm not late. I'll still be about 20 minutes before my shift is supposed to start, but it's like, it's all of the different things. I mean, I don't know how much these buses cost or what their maintenance team is like, but get this, when the bus runs out of service, the driver gets on and off the bus a couple of times, shuts the lights off on the bus once or twice, then proceeds to manually speak to people as they're exiting the bus. Meanwhile, this is a double-decker bus, so there's people that are sitting on the top of the bus that have no idea what's going on yet. Meanwhile, these buses are equipped with PA systems. Yes, yeah, you understand my confusion. You're a trained professional at a job conducting a bus of people relying on your service, and if there is something wrong with the bus, this guy's talking to people like he's just in line speaking to his friends. But meanwhile, people don't even know what's going on. I'm at the back of the bus just watching everybody else, as I tend to do, because I know that people are almost always, some types are almost always the weakest and most unpredictable part of any functioning system. You have a fucking PA, dude. Just tell people what's going on the bus. Speak clearly, slowly enough most people can understand you. That's your job. That's your role. You are in charge. You're like a captain. You're being a very, very poor conductor of services if you're like, oh, hey, we had some trouble. Or just go to this other bus. Even the people in line waiting for the bus didn't know what was going on. 10 people standing there. There was a mechanic from the station and the driver of the bus both walking around going, what? Huh? What's going on? And then just by finger pointing and ways of deductive reasoning, everybody figured out what's going on. And of course, most people are frustrated because they didn't have professionals walking them through the process. Seriously, some of you guys might be in public service or service industry. Conducting people is not an easy task. Most of them are going to be frustrated right off the hop. So you got to have this filter in front of you. Like, I worked club security for many, many years, and I know how to be a more effective door than a window. And I'm certainly less of a welcoming mat than a lot of really like upfront professionals need to be. Now, I needed to change my tone a little bit, and anybody who knows me from my past knows I was already pretty sharp. Still pretty sharp sometimes, because I just never dropped this idea of being effective. getting something done based on the information available and doing the best that you can at it, regardless of a lot of other things. I know that everybody feels, and I'm a very emotional person as well, but like I compartmentalize based on what I have to do, and I'm not always interested in like coddling feelings. I'm more like just want to get something done. So yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so I need to apply like a different filter. So in this situation, I'm sitting on the back of the bus and I'm like, okay, so why don't you tell everybody what's going on? That way this whole process might be smoother. No, had to figure it out myself, standing at the back, just watching people. And that's why like I observe people's behaviors and cues and like eavesdrop on conversations, because sometimes you just need that information like a little bit faster, a little bit sooner. Or maybe hearing the inside conversation is different from the outside conversation. Like a lot of marketing or business, you don't really know what's going on in the background. You only know what they want you to know. Same thing with this whole entire like viral vaccine process, procedure, whatever it is. There's a very good chance that the public doesn't have all the information. And here's a take that I have, since I've already mentioned some of it. We'll see if YouTube and their new fucking Canadian censorship bill gets me pulled down because I'm not supposed to talk about this stuff, according to them. It's where I wish I could hang out with my friends more often, one-on-one, have private conversations, unless they're also listening in on that technology. So, for purposes of national security, the same way that they don't like inciting panic, I can see why certain bits of information from a security standpoint are omitted. I can see why certain dialogues or truths of an effectiveness or function of whatever, you know what I mean? So like say, for instance, say that this brand of marshmallow was really, really good at satisfying hunger. You guys are going to have to draw your own metaphorical links here, and I'm going to try to make it obvious. So everybody was at risk of becoming hungry. Okay? Do we know which one that one is? And marshmallows were able to subdue or prevent that hunger from happening. Okay? So you're with me so far. Marshmallows and being hungry. Okay, cool. So Stay Puft Marshmallows was like the Ghostbusters of Ghostbusters go-to thing. These marshmallows always existed. They were, you know, everybody liked them. They know their brand. They're effective. You don't get hungry when you have them. And if you got hungry, they were really good at like changing your state of mind and feeling pretty quickly. Okay, so these marshmallows, this is Stay Puft. They've been around for a long time, but if their mode of reducing hunger was known, you think about somebody who wanted to create hunger. Okay? If they wanted to make you hungry, they could take the effectiveness of this marshmallow and design around its effectiveness. You know what I mean? I hope you know what I mean. It's a really weird metaphor, but I have to say it in such a way. Because marshmallows definitely are tasty. And the Ghostbusters scene where they're all covered in marshmallow always made me all kinds of... Oh, it's just garbage. Sorry. There's something there with an address on it. I'm really like a random sort of ADD sort of mind. So anyways, if you get what I mean, then you can maybe look up a couple of things and find... Well, you probably can't because they could have easily just scrubbed the internet of the information. Point is, for a security standpoint, in some aspects, you don't want to have a really obvious... You don't want to have a really obvious means of making people hungry in the public or available to other people. Because, like, say if you're one restaurant versus another restaurant, you kind of want to protect your own interest with one restaurant, and you don't want the other place finding out what's on your menu, if you know what I mean. If you reveal what's, or say like if you're at KFC and you've got 11 spices, herbs and spices, you want to protect your recipe at all costs. At all costs. This thing, like you might love KFC and you have to go to KFC to get this type of taste and flavor because they won't tell you what's in the recipe. And another brand like Mary Brown's or Popeyes or whatever will have to develop their own type of smell in the air when you walk by, or coating on their chicken. God, I'm fucking hungry this morning. Can you tell? Can you tell I'm hungry this morning? Hungry for two things. Hungry for a fucking freedom of information, and two, hungry for some food. But yeah, I think that that's what's going on some level, and it kind of has to. So as a public civilian, we sort of have to accept or acknowledge that some of the rights we have, some of the availability of information, some of the management of information may be due to this privacy issue with like giving away your 11 herbs and spices or recipe to other restaurants. You don't want to do that, but in order to do that effectively, because we're all global now and the internet is what it is, some things need to be like monitored. But to what degree are they being monitored, and for what? Like if you're also using it for manipulation and marketing tools, that's bullshit. But if you're doing it to protect a nation, okay, but why can't you be transparent about that? You think that people are not going to want to feel safe in their own communities? So I don't get that part of it. Now, this is all speculation, of course, because I'm not an actual analyst. And just because something makes sense doesn't make it true. You need to do your own research. Take a look at marshmallows if you want. Brands of marshmallows, the effectiveness of marshmallows on hunger. If you do something like that online, we all know, I think there's a basketball player by the name of Iverson. I think if you can translate what I'm saying there. Have you guys heard about this type of sugar in foods, whatever, called pectin? Figure that one out. So anyways, BMW M series is really cool. So if you have Iverson, BMW M series, and pectin, you can figure it out. Go. But beware if you put that into Google, because you never know who's watching and why. Anyways, my arm's getting tired. This is a long video. I appreciate you guys for listening in and just kind of taking stock, but like for real, in my previous video I was talking about Facebook giving me a fact check warning that Oreo, squeeze bottle mayo with Oreo in it from Heinz is a fake product. No fucking shit. Who the fuck thinks that's real anyways? You guys need to calm down with your censorship, for real. You like assume that people are real stupid, and maybe that's your fault, media. So instead of making it worse and doubling down on your idiocy, you start educating and giving facts and like guiding people towards real things that are going on. Otherwise it's going to get worse. And people out there, you have a responsibility to learn and understand what you're going through. Doesn't matter what I'm telling you. Doesn't matter what even they are telling you. Information and fact-checking is out there. The same way that I can deduce logic through observation, you can do the same thing. That's basically scientific method. You have a theory, which is really what you're thinking. It's just a theory. You fact-check it by making observations. You make notes. You verify that information. Then you have a better understanding. So, how about we do that? And I'll check you guys later on. See you.